Hey there, I'm Nummy Nom Noms. You can also call me Nummy. Now for today's video, I wanted to talk about UltraSabers Archon v3. Now this is a really cool lightsaber and I can't wait to get into it. Okay, so this is the up close view, as you can see. Now, it doesn't look exactly like Luke's saber because, it's missing the activation box and the pommel here. This is a standard pommel, which it normally comes with, but you can get what they call the classic pommel. And that is basically the all silver pommel that makes it look a little closer to Luke's saber. But, I mean, let me see if I can take it apart real quick here. All right. So as you can see, it actually has, it doesn't want to stay. It actually has 3 LEDs. Now I do have the Grandmaster as well, and that one only comes with 1. So because of the fact that the, let me go ahead and move this. I don't want to knock anything over. Because of how thin the tube is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's really thin. It's like pinky width, okay? Now, because of that being so small, they needed those 3 LEDs in order for, there we go, in order for the light to actually filter through, because the light actually starts from down here, and then it has to go through this little teeny tiny tube, and then into, and then light up the actual blade. Now, with that being said, I didn't want to turn on the LEDs to face the camera because I don't want to I don't want to do that to my camera lens, but because it is kind of bright when it's not on. But let me go ahead and shut off the light real quick. So there, now you can see how bright it is. Now, for this blade, I actually put in the, I want to say it was Energizer, the Lithium Max ones. As of right now, that seems to be the strongest battery that I can think of. But if you guys have any recommendations, definitely let me know. Leave it in the comments. But if you're looking for the brightest blade that they have out there, like I'm talking about something that your neighbors can see from their homes, I wouldn't say this would be the one that you're going to go with, because with the Archon, let me turn the light back on. There we go. So with the Archon V3, because of the tube and also how thick the actual blade is, because this is the higher grade level, the higher grade, I believe it's polycarbonate. I can't even speak. The blade itself is a thicker polycarbonate plastic, so it's gonna be thicker. This is because this one is a stunt saber. That's why you don't even hear the noise, the sound as well. I figured, for that I can make up my own sounds or just add in any sound that I want. But anyway, so yeah, what I was saying was basically it's nice and thick. I'm not going to take it apart because because it has the extra screws. You can see there's one there, and then it has the other 2 screws as well, which help the blade itself to become more secure, and it doesn't give that same wobble that it used to. But anyway, like I was saying, it is a thicker plastic, so the light doesn't go through as well. So I would definitely recommend, if you're going to get a saber that you want it to look brighter, get one where the actual blade touches to the point where the light source comes through, so that way it makes it a little bit brighter. And then if you get the mid-grade plastic, that makes it a bit thinner, so you can't like go around whacking it against trees or anything, but you definitely have that shine and you'll have that flare that you would want. I mean, you can still use the mid-grade to fight with or to combat with, but I would definitely not recommend it, just because it's a thinner plastic. So this one automatically comes with the high grade, so there's not much you can really do about that. But ultimately, because of how short the little area is to hold the actual plastic, because of how short it is, they don't recommend doing the mid-grade. So, and I don't even think they offer it, honestly. But yeah, so this is basically the Archon V3, and it's an awesome lightsaber. It really is. I've whacked my bed with it a few times and kind of swung it around, and it's pretty sturdy. I would definitely say the impact would probably be about the same impact as like one of those, I want to say they're called Boken swords. They're like basically bamboo swords. So if you think about it, if you've ever seen Kill Bill, if you see the scene where she's basically spanking the younger Yakuza and trying to send him home to his mom to save his life, it would basically be like being hit with like that, basically. Like just getting smacked with it would definitely hurt. But one thing I forgot to mention is for the screws, they're actually really easy to take out. All you would definitely need is one of these little Allen key things. And that's basically how you would remove it. But I'm not going to take that time to do that now because other people have done it in the past. But yeah, so this is the Archon V3. So I did forget to mention one more thing that I really did like about it, and that, let me go ahead and move my saber out of the way, is right here. If you can see, the tip itself is actually frosted. So when you're actually pointing it at someone or at something, you're not going to blind the person or cause any light damage or anything like that to the thing. But basically, the tip itself is frosted, so it doesn't shine through as brightly and it won't blind anybody. The other thing that I wanted to mention was that they actually have pointed tips that they sell with it. I'm not sure if you can actually like replace the tip, but I mean, like if it breaks off, then you can replace it. But if it doesn't, it obviously just comes like this way. But you can get it available with the dull rounded tip or with the tip, with a tip that's pointed. So I just forgot to mention that part and just wanted to add that in. So my experience with them was an interesting one, to say the least. Now, if I can make a recommendation, I would definitely recommend going to a convention to purchase it, or anywhere you can go where you can purchase it in person. I haven't heard really great things about their online shopping, so if you can avoid it, I would definitely recommend doing that. Now, when I had gone to purchase the lightsaber, I was actually walking around in the Orlando, Florida MegaCon, and you know, I had seen UltraSabers stuff, their ads and everything online and through my phone, and you know, just kind of just being out there. I had seen them before and being out in different conventions. But I never really thought about it, you know, like it's kind of like a thought in the back of my mind. And I was like, you know what, when I saw it this time, I was like, let me go check it out for myself and see, you know, how they do and basically see the sabers up close. So when I had gotten to the booth, the setup was really interesting. Like you were able to see the people working in the back and seeing how like everything, just the way it was displayed, it was really cool looking. But one thing I noticed is that when I was talking to anybody there, it didn't matter if they were in a red shirt or in a black shirt. Everybody was very knowledgeable, very friendly, and very helpful. Now, when I had purchased this, I mean, when I had first seen it, I thought it was really cool looking, and I liked the look of it, and I liked the feel of it. And what was really important with that was because I was in person, I was able to actually hold it and feel it and see how it felt, and you know, get that feel for it, how it would feel in my hands. You know, you can't do that online, so yeah, so I had that opportunity to do that. But purchasing it, I mean, right off the bat, I had seen it and I just wanted to buy it anyway. So I had purchased it, but the only thing is that after I had made the transaction, I started kind of playing with it and thinking, oh man, you know, did I make a good purchase? Like I was really worried because I had purchased it and I'm playing with it and there was this weird wobble that was going on and I didn't like the way it felt. So I had walked up to the person, I had walked up to one of the people and I had asked them, I said, you know, I just made this purchase, but it feels a little wobbly. can you show me and prove to me that this was, you know, a good purchase that was made? So basically the first guy was actually really funny. The first guy, you know, he takes the two lightsabers. I mean, he wasn't using my particular one, but he was using another one that he had behind, you know, the counter, and then a second one that he had, and he's just whacking it, boom, 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 just kept whacking it. But it just didn't feel like he was really putting his all into it. And so, you know, I told him, I was like, I know that you're hitting it, but you know, that doesn't really prove anything to me. It's just you're hitting it kind of softly. And so he, I guess, because he felt nervous because he had already done this for someone else while I wasn't there, but he, I guess, didn't really want to make a lot of noise. So his, one of the black shirts, I'm assuming it was maybe a manager or something, he asked him to see if he could test it out because I guess the guy just didn't care. And well, yeah, he definitely tested it out. He was basically taking it, he took it to the wooden table that was there. And I mean, he was just going at it, boom, boom, just kept hitting it. And that instantly I knew, okay, you know, this is a great product. I made a good purchase, which I know I probably shouldn't have purchased it first. I probably should have tested first, but it all worked out. So, you know, lesson learned. Anyway, so yeah, so basically, you know, them actually taking the initiative to really make me feel like this was a good quality product and that I was putting my money into a good product. So they definitely made me feel like that. There was, you know, at one point where I did bring it home and I still kind of felt a little weird about the wobble, you know, so I went back a few days later and I went up to the counter and I told them how I felt about it. Now, the gentleman that helped me out, he was a black shirt. Like I said, he was very knowledgeable. He started looking at it and I could see in his eyes that, you know, he had that concern. Like he felt my whatever the feeling would be, like he felt the uncertainty that I was feeling and he understood it. So he basically, you know, assisted me by putting in more screws, which I'll go into those details. But he went above and beyond for me. Now, that being said, as I was walking over, because he basically was stating that he wanted to put in more screws to work on the stability of it. And basically what he wanted me to do was take it over to the cashier so I can get a ticket written up, if you will, so that way they can do the repairs and what they needed to do, not really repairs, but modifications, if you will. And so on my way to go to the cashier to get that said repair ticket or modification ticket, there was another employee that decided to walk over. I guess she maybe overheard the conversation a little bit and just kind of tuned in and out. So basically she walks up to me and she's like, hi, you know, I wanted to find out how you were doing. And just to let you know that all of the sabers, the Archon V3s, have that same wiggle. And that unfortunately there wasn't anything that they can do for me. Now with that, just that alone, if I would have had to handle her to begin with, that would have completely changed the way I felt about the situation. Luckily I didn't get her first, but with that being said, she basically made me feel like there was nothing that she was willing to do for me and that I got what I paid for. Now, to get what you paid for, these aren't cheap. It's a pretty penny to get some of these. And this is just like the mid one. Like I didn't pay the most that you could pay for one of these. And just to have somebody say that to me, it was very disheartening. I didn't appreciate it at all, you know? So basically I told her, I was like, look, I understand that you feel the way you feel, but I have somebody that I'm already dealing with who basically said he can help me. So thank you for your input. Thank you for trying to interject, but you're not really necessary in this situation. Simply because the customer service that you're giving me is not good quality customer service. I mean, I didn't say that part, but you know, she's not giving me good quality customer service. And as a consumer, I mean, I don't need anybody kissing my butt or anything, but at least make me feel like, you know, the product, at least make me feel like you stand behind the product that you're selling, you know? But anyway, enough with that rant. So basically, in the end, I ended up walking away extremely happy because of the first gentleman that assisted me. So yeah, like I said, if you have the opportunity to go in person, make sure that you go in person, you know, and talk to them. So that way you can get a feel for the customer service that they might have. Now, another thing I would definitely recommend is if you do have a situation where, you know, you don't feel that they were giving you the best customer service, always talk to somebody that's a higher up. If they're the higher up there and that's the way they're behaving, then at that point I would say take it to corporate, but you know, that's up to you, however you want to pursue it. But yeah, my experience overall was it was a great experience minus her. So yeah, I would say definitely give UltraSaber another chance if you know, if you were upset about, you know, their quality or their product or even their customer service, because depending on the person that you get, it can definitely make a world of difference on your experience. So yeah. So to summarize this video, basically what I'm trying to tell you is I highly, highly, highly recommend that you do this in person. Doing it online just absolutely sucks from what I've heard. I didn't do it online, so I like, just the thought of doing it online just doesn't sit well with me, simply because I know that not everybody that is on the other side of that screen is going to be an awesome person, you know. So when you go in front of them, they can answer your questions right then and there. You can test out the product right then and there. You can even have them show you the quality of, you know, of the battle readiness of this saber. You know, if you want anything customized, you have it done right then and there. I think my first saber, it took about 40 minutes to complete, except for when I had to come back and get it, you know, revamped. But it took about 40 minutes to an hour for my sabers. You know, I bought 2 of them. That's how much I love the sabers. Now, I don't typically fall into the politics of the companies and, you know, the way that they do their business. But with this, I'm looking at the quality of the product, and it's a great quality product. So I would highly recommend doing that. Like I said, get their schedule if you have to, so that way you can go in person and communicate with these people and tell them what you want, you know, and fingers crossed you don't get anybody that's a negative person. But majority of them, I just saw, you know, people that were ready to help and that were ready to answer questions. So that's basically it for my video, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you later. Bye.